They just show up right at 9, huh?
Oh yeah, they
They
roll
do.
in. They like to live on the edge. You know,
They
those
live on
guys.
the edge of ridicule.
I mean, it's not live. Why wouldn't you just wait 10 minutes? Or you just go at 9?
Oh, because
Just-
the ability to razz each other is
Right.
the comedy gold.
Hey. How's it going?
All right, buddy.
Good.
8:54.
I know. Do you
Charlie.
think he's in his car stressing a little bit?
Yeah, I hope
Like
so.
he's starting to look at the clock a little more than you would normally look at the clock.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yesterday I'm usually rolling in at 5 till. That's usually around the time. I just I dropped my kids off and I got here.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
2. 8 and 7.
8 and
Girls.
7.
Yeah.
Oh,
Parker
yeah.
and Luca.
Okay, you're in it.
You got your...
8 and 11 boys.
Wait, what did I just say?
You said 8 and 7.
I'm tired still. 8. I have 8 and 11 too. They're
Oh,
8
you
and
have
11.
8 and 11 also.
Yeah. I wake up. I said 8 and 7. When you said 8 and 11,
get
I'm
this
like,
man's
wait,
coffee?
I meant
Crank
to
them
say.
both out real quick, and then in reverse order too, which is interesting.
I know. 8, 7, 5, and 2.
Yeah.
2 girls.
Sorry, I'm
Huh?
just making
Two
sure.
girls, yeah.
These guys have only boys.
Oh,
All boys.
oh.
We're an all boys show. It's kind of surprising actually. That we have girls.
It was a weird phase of people having boys. So I had a boy, you had 2 boys, Rob had 2 boys,
Wow.
Hornsby had
Hornsby
2
had a boy.
boys,
Wow.
Our 2 boys, yeah.
Martyr had a boy, Roselle had a boy.
Martyr had 2 boys.
Martyr had 2 boys,
Roselle had a boy.
Roselle had a boy.
Literally
Wow.
every like in succession, like everyone was like, "Oh, we're having a boy," and it was like, "Oh, we're having a boy. Oh my god, no, we're having a boy. Oh, we're having a boy. We're having another boy."
There might have been something in the water, and then somebody told me some stupid theory that they're like, "Oh yeah, they're putting stuff in the water to build an army to fight the Chinese," and I was like, then they're gonna have the worst like L.A. army of
Yeah.
like.
I'm
sorry,
not doing
but,
that.
like,
I am not doing that. I'm not fighting those people.
Is this tank electric? Are we really using this much gas? Are we really using this much gas?
Right.
I'm sorry, but like these rations, like can I get like gluten free or quinoa or anything?
Can we add any like? Why am I forgetting? I'm like this. I need to wake up too. No, what are
Adaptogens?
No, what are the fancy mushroom oil the truffle?
Truffle.
Are we getting like truffle oil for these or?
You guys, it is officially.
Oh, it's 9
9
o'clock.
It's 9
Okay,
o'clock.
so-
Wait a second.
Does it,
I'm here.
wait, did
I
it,
am also
did
here.
it literally start?
Megan, you're here. It's been starting, by the way.
it's
We'll
been-
have to
yeah,
cut
we'll
all
cut
that.
all the-
Really?
Yeah, we'll cut all the stuff.
Oh God, what did I say?
Yeah, we'll cut all the offensive.
We'll cut
stuff.
all the offensive stuff that you said.
That only you said.
Well,
I was just
Michael
going along.
Naughton,
Yeah.
you're here, and thank you for joining us. You
Oh, the
are
camera.
you are as talented as you are professional because you're on time. Oh no, we've started. Oh no. It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock.
Well, we
It's 9
started
o'clock,
at
but we started at 9. I would say you're in time. You're not
Like a
on
mic
time,
over
but you're
something.
in
Boy,
time.
in nick of time.
You made
In
it.
the nick of
You
time.
made
It's
it
9:01 now.
in time. So you made it at 9 o'clock in like
Yeah, right,
58 seconds.
Oh, you're drawing a distinction.
We're not here to
between-
talk about me. We're here to talk about Michael Naughton.
Well, we were here to talk about Michael Naughton until you sort of very rudely walked in halfway through his first minute of time, which made it about you.
I'm sorry, Michael.
God, this is
I
I
drew
thought there'd
attention
be
to myself.
pre-interview. This is real. That you guys just show up literally.
Oh, it's just a
No,
kind of.
Yeah, there's
sorry.
nothing
This is it.
professional about this, which is sort of entertainment on the internet. This
Yeah.
is
It just
the
sort of-
age we're living in.
Yeah, it just sort of begins, and
It just sort of
Yeah, I didn't know when
is.
it really started. I didn't know that
You're
was
not gonna-
happening.
You're
And
not
you
gonna
won't know when it
ends.
ends
No
either.
countdown?
You won't know
I
when
don't
it
know
ends
what's
either.
happening.
The audience doesn't know when it begins or ends either, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's fine. Michael Naughton, one of our favorite guest stars, one of our most loved guest stars, I would say.
Loved by
Loved by the
because I looked up a
fans.
ranking and I was
Oh,
16th, but I think it went from most sane. I don't know if it was loved. I think it was most
Is it
sane to most
sanity ranking?
insane.
Well, your
At first, I'm
character's
like, I'm
very
pretty.
sane.
I think the waiter is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
sane.
You're a straight man.
that's why we.
Yeah.
That's why we like your character so much.
Yeah,
It's
but I
so-
don't think I realized how few sane straight people. Because as I was going on, Like usually a show, you guys are crazy and there's someone there to balance, but there's no one there to balance it usually. Everybody's crazy.
No, and by the way, for
true.
the audience out there who's not familiar with the term straight man, we're not talking about sexual orientation.
Right,
we're talking about.
Do people not know what a straight man is? I don't know.
Have to
I mean,
explain
I think most
It feels
people.
like that's a part of
I
popular
think most
culture.
people know what a straight man is. I just want to be
Abbott
clear
and Costello.
because we're saying like.
Abbott and Costello. So way back then there was.
Well, because when
Well,
he says
yeah.
things like "no one on the show is straight" and blah 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 blah
Well,
blah, he's
yes,
oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
talking
I'm sorry.
about. He's talking about
Before
there isn't a dedicated straight man on It's Always Sunny.
It is that your
Right, right, right.
reactions are more in line with the audience than the characters' reactions to things. So that the audience looks at the characters through similar eyes as you do within the context of the show. So they get to enjoy your incredulous
Yeah, you have lots
reactions
of
to
lines
our-
like, what is happening? Or what
Yeah.
are you doing? Those are
Right, right.
or even a simple okay can be really funny when, you know.
When delivered correctly, but
Delivered correctly.
playing a funny straight man is quite difficult. And I think that's one of the reasons why we got our hooks into you and like latched onto you and was like, okay, we got to keep this guy around because
Oh,
he's one of the
thanks.
few people that can be truly funny and be totally straight.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Michael Naughton. Do you guys remember the first
Did we see him
time
at the
you saw
Groundlings?
I saw him at the Groundlings. Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it-
you did?
Were we together?
Well, I remember we went sort of scouting for like people that were super duper funny, but that we had maybe never seen or hadn't. I don't know. And we went to the Groundlings. And I remember seeing. Yeah, I remember seeing you. I remember seeing.
What was I doing? What was I?
What were you
don't
playing?
remember. Yeah.
This
But I
was
was funny.
20 years ago.
What did I
Don't-
say?
Yeah.
Don't be offended. These guys don't remember anything, even about their own show.
Who was in that Groundling? Was that was the main company that you
Kristen
were in?
Wiig
Yeah.
was.
Who
I
else
remember
was in
Kristen
that? Yeah,
Wiig
Wiig was in it.
there.
No, she was
Kristen
gone
Wiig.
by then. I think when we saw
Well,
that show.
no, because she was in the show.
She was in that
we
show.
watched.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Really?
specific show, I don't know. Because I was in it for a long time and people came and left.
Yeah, of
and-
course. Yeah.
But Melissa was in that show as well.
Melissa McCarthy,
So
yeah.
so that show that you're talking about, we
she
went.
was?
It was like an anniversary
a
show
star-studded-
because Caitlin brought us there,
Uh-huh.
and it was like celebrating whatever 20 years of the Groundlings or something like that. And so,
Oh.
but at that point, Melissa McCarthy was in the main company,
Okay.
as
okay.
was Wig.
Okay. Yes.
Still.
Yes, that's right. I remember Kristen being a part of the company still.
Yep, and
I
Jim
did-
Rash.
There was a couple sketches, like famous SNL sketches that Melissa had done at Groundlings, and then you just see it on SNL, like almost line for line, like The Ranch.
Oh,
I
really?
remember watching that one, or
Yeah.
you're watching it, you're like, oh, Jason Sudeikis is doing my part now. That's pretty good.
Wow, really?
But yeah, she was so good. That's why she was so amazing on the show, because she had been doing sketch comedy, and she was able to come in there with these. But there was a night at the Groundlings where she had a sketch where she had a crush on this guy, so she brought him some balloons, and then she feels dumb, so she's trying to break the balloons. And at the Groundlings live, she was trying to break them and against the floor, and it broke, and she broke her nose
Oh my God.
on the ground. And I was in the scene, so I'm the only one who didn't see it, because I'm sort of, in the scene, and the whole audience is just like watching her, and I think blood came out.
Oh my God.
And I had no idea. Everybody kind of got
Did she keep
quiet.
going?
Yeah, she kept going.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
kept going.
She kept going, and then
Yeah, she did.
Well,
went
by
off
the way,
stage and-
that's if you
but I
can
had
keep
no
that
idea.
going. Think about how funny that is. People will be watching that and they're like, "How did they do that?" Like
The
that's the
blood
most
packs.
amazing special effect I've ever seen on stage.
So that was a talented group
Famous
that you were part of, and we poached you for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
We watched on our last podcast the Sweet D Has a Heart Attack episode, which is your
that was
first.
the last one, yeah.
Where
yeah.
you interview Mac and Charlie for the job that they're being hired together.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were wondering if that character is in any way related to the rest. Like, did he lose his job and become a waiter?
Yeah, what
or-
is it in your mind?
Well, in my mind, I was watching it too, and the first interaction at HR, he kind of likes you. Like, you have such a great relationship.
Yeah.
And he's like, I get to hire. And then the waiter from the beginning, there's just an energy that he hates them. So I'm like, can it be the same guy? And wouldn't he remember them?
But I think
So, like,
you
are they
only
twin brothers,
You
or-
only hate
Yes.
us.
Well, so this is what we discussed yesterday.
Yeah, we
That-
did discuss
that
that.
possibly they're twin brothers.
We might establish that they're twin brothers,
But that we
that
recognize-
they're twin people, but not related.
I was thinking like doppelganger.
Yeah.
Like,
that they have
they're
very
just-
similar DNA.
And
they
the-
haven't-
we're
they're
saying that-
passing each other on the street.
They recognize the guy from the office that interviewed them, but of course they'll never recognize the waiter. They'll be like, "Now,
Right.
you, I don't."
It'd be fun
remember."
to do a thing where we keep seeing the guy from the office like behind a desk, and we're sure that's the waiter, and then we see like the waiter, we're following the waiter around, and we never see them both in the same place, and then at the end the guy.
Don't give away the ending.
Oh, we're not.
We might.
Cut that. We need that for the other.
No, somebody on Reddit was like, that guy got fired because he hired 2 people at the same rate. And then, like, they had thought about it more than me or maybe you guys.
By the way, to be fair, we did talk about this. I remember the discussion being, we want Michael Naughton for this because we don't think anybody else can do it the way we're picturing it. And we've already used
for
Michael
the waiter.
Naughton. Yes, for the waiter. So
when
when
the
we
gang
got to that
dines
episode,
out is what you're talking about.
We knew it was a pivotal character, and we wanted to hire you.
We knew we needed somebody who was really, really funny, but that could play it totally straight. You know what I mean? And the only person, we just couldn't get you out of our heads. So we were like, well, there's no reason why that guy couldn't have lost that job for whatever reason. And
so that was the original.
And they just, I remember us talking about this. That was how we justified it. We were like, it could be the same guy, or maybe it isn't. Yeah. And I think it was more of that. It was like, if we needed to justify it, it could be the same guy, but we don't.
I was so afraid that when I showed up, you guys were going to be like, oh, God, this guy played the HR. Like, I don't know if I thought, you're so busy writing, like, you don't really do the casting.
That has happened.
Yes.
We
Really?
have cast someone years later that we had cast earlier in the show and didn't realize until they got to set
Really?
that it was the same person, and then been like, well, it's fine because it's been so long between.
Was
But
a
that had
stripper.
not happened. We specifically wanted you.
Well, that's what I was afraid of. So when I showed up, I'm like, do you guys know I played the HR guy? And you were like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, man.
we
You did say that to us?
I did.
You gave us a shot,
man.
but you waited till the last second.
No, like as soon as you came in hair and makeup, or I'm like, yeah, thanks. I was the HR, and you guys were like, yeah, we know. We pay attention to things, and we liked you. Like,
No, but it's funny to watch that because in the blue, it's such a. We were talking about this on the last one, but it's such a that scene goes on and on and on in the bloopers. There's such a long section of it that you forget how in the cut down episode we barely were able to put so much of that funny stuff in because it slowed the story down. It just didn't progress the story in any way. So we thought it was so funny. It was great on the bloopers, but in the actual episode, the scene's so short. Right?
Do we have the bloopers queued up?
So for you, for several years, I've been in complete charge of pretty much everything in my life.
That's actually
That was
Okay. It's kind of a general statement more than a...
that's actually me. I sort of have a grasp on what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis.
That's good. Okay, work history. Again, it's just 2006 to 2007. Liaisons in business. We both treat our work as if it was the most important things in our lives. Okay, 2005 to 2006, education, odd jobs here and there.
no,
we're hearing this for the first time.
We are hearing all
They didn't
these
know.
things
We
for the
didn't know
first
what was
time.
on the prop sheet.
Oh,
Yes.
Because it wasn't in the script to read off the resume.
No.
That's something we started improvising and started just messing around with.
because online people are like, oh my God, this guy was cracking them up so much that they brought him back. But I was just reading things off the resume, but I thought you guys wrote that.
No.
No.
So I thought you were laughing at the stuff you wrote.
No.
I'm like, they're laughing at themselves. I wasn't doing anything. I was
No,
just-
I mean, yeah, right. The prop assistant, I think, had written
it was
all that
Casey.
stuff, and we had no idea what was written on there. But it was
it
the
doesn't matter. The
combination-
delivery.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the
all right.
delivery of it, and then the absurdity
And the
of
new
what was on that text. I think that was
I'll take the combination.
Yeah,
My
your
plus
delivery,
the-
you're just like just watching the subtlety of watching you try to understand the two people that are sitting in front of you, and it's so subtle. That's the thing. Like, I would love to ask you that as an actor, as a performer, especially as a comedy person. Like, how do you have is it just your natural inclination to just keep it super like grounded and kind of real? I mean, I'm assuming that's a very specific choice, but how do you trust? Because I remember like. There was part of me that was always trying to figure that out early on when I was working in because I didn't start in comedy. So like I was trying to figure out what plays better. Like is it because I found if I played it too natural, sometimes it was boring, and then if I played it too big, I felt like it was too broad, and I'm like trying to figure that out.
I just saw something you were saying about you accepted the absurdity of it, where you were trying to make it very real early on.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've done some things in sketch comedy which were really over the top.
Yeah,
and maybe the audience is laughing. But then I just felt like I was really pushing. But depending on the situation. I mean, this one you guys got to be the insane thing, and I just got to sort of settle back and relax into the trying to figure it out part. But I've been on both ends. I don't know.
Well, it's either a gift that you have naturally, or just that you've honed it by being on stage trying to make something funny for so long.
Right.
Because a lot of people could read that same resume and react to it with their natural reactions, and it just wouldn't quite be as funny. It's just mostly, I think it's a timing thing, like how long you keep a stare on us, when you pause with what you say, that it just makes it funny.
Okay, and then we have 2005 to 2006 education.
Sorry, man. What does that mean? I don't know. No, it was a very educational year, and we did many odd jobs.
Here and there.
That guy's funny, man.
He is funny.
He's funny.
2005 to
Who's that young
2006 education.
All year.
Didn't have any gray hair.
Okay, 2 years. It just says odd jobs here and there.
I'm ruining the scene for you. That's the closest you came to actually breaking.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you know what? Let's just go. The last thing is education, 2005 to 2006. Odd jobs here and there.
Here and there. Wait, hold on, sorry. Here and there, but mostly here.
And there. Okay.
And there.
Yeah, that was one of the first times,
A guest star genuinely cracking us up.
and
Like,
just also just not being able to get through a scene, like just being like, although it wasn't the scene, which was what was so fun about it.
Yeah,
Which
they
was
didn't
that
use
like we
that,
found a
yeah.
whole other
Yeah.
thing of you just reading this resume. I don't think anyone knew until you started reading it how funny that resume was. But you know what? I feel like it's a real missed opportunity to not have cut it where you read out the resume.
Oh, have not cut the episode. Have that all be in the episode.
Longer.
Yeah, I do think I know why we didn't do it, because we did need you to hire us, and we were probably like, if he goes through this absurd resume and we do these funny reactions to it, and he's so super put off, how are we going to get him?
I was more put off in the outtakes than the actual scene.
How are we going to get you to where we need you to be, which is to hire these characters for the episode?
I remember when I was on the first time, I had seen the show, but I didn't really look it up. I didn't know you guys created, and we're like pretty much. And so I remember like, oh, they're really letting us improvise a lot. I kept saying they, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope they use that.
Oh yes,
and you guys,
yes, I remember you saying that. Yeah, well, I hope they use this, and we were like, yeah, no, we will.
They
Yeah,
will.
yeah,
They
yeah.
will.
Yeah,
Well,
you
they
will.
won't actually, but
They actually won't.
Yeah, I remember you were like, yeah, we can do that.
We can
And
do
I
it.
don't
Yeah, we
think-
can do whatever we want.
I don't know what year that was. I don't know if I had my smartphone next to me, but later I'm like, oh, they run the show. They
I
started
think
this
we
stuff.
should, but like if I could go,
2008.
if I could go back, I would have set a precedent where someone, like when people showed up, the AD would be like, just so you know, the set is a little bit unconventional. the actors that you're going to be acting in a scene with are also going to be directing you, even though they're not the director, but they created the show. You know what I mean? To give, because I think
it was a great set. I mean, I didn't know you guys,
Yeah.
but it's weird. It could be weird or off-putting for an actor to suddenly start getting direction from the other actors that are in the scene. That's like exactly what you're not supposed to do.
I don't remember thinking that.
That wasn't weird to you?
No. I somehow knew that they were letting you guys play.
But
they were letting you
I
guys.
also seem to remember that Glenn took. We'll do this from time to time, where you were pretending like you were getting frustrated with us because we were ruining the scene over and over. You know, how sometimes we'll be like, "Okay, enough, like get through it," because even though we know it doesn't work.
It's a nice try.
We try it so much, like guys, you're fucking this up, and then it just makes it worse.
The only thing that works is I found is thinking some horrible thought, like thinking like, I'm abandoning my child by being at work. And
I've abandoned my child.
abandoned my child. Like, I have to go so dark. And that will only work for like 5 seconds until my brain calls bullshit on it. I know that the scene will be its best if I'm pushed myself and we've pushed each other to the brink of we can't take it. And like, if I tamp down that sort of like manic comedic energy, it's not as funny.
Yeah.
So it's living on that like razor's edge of like, we shouldn't be saying this or whatever it is that like
Right near laughter.
It's
That's
that
why
sweet
this
spot.
blooper is like a classic. I think this is one of the favorite bloopers because you live for so long in that space where you're like right on the edge of laughing all the time.
It's funny. I can be a breaker, but I think I was on the show for the first time.
Yeah,
So I was too
yeah,
scared to
that's a
like
different
waste people's
thing.
time.
Yeah.
I was just too scared.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I
No.
didn't
Yeah.
laugh.
But when you're playing a straight man character, do you have a process like that to make sure you're not like laughing in the scenes?
Yeah,
where
I
you're-
mean, doing the Groundlings, like live theater, I've been guilty of like breaking, and I'm like, I'm embarrassed and I ruined the thing. But usually, if it's someone else, like there, it's a lot more about like I'm doing my sketch, and then sometimes you're doing the other person wrote this, and it's their time to shine. I think I'm a little better if it's someone else's thing that I don't want to like ruin. Then I think I can sort of.
Shame
like
thing,
we're laughing at your performance in the scene. You're very familiar with your own work, so you probably don't think that what you're doing is half as funny as we do because you're
I
like,
didn't until today.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
They
Like,
were laughing at the things.
I'm just saying,
wrote.
like you're just doing your thing. You're playing it the way you want to play it, and you're looking at these two bozos in front of you, just like laughing their heads off, and you're just like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure they wrote this. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here. Like I'm just delivering the information.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys were so funny though.
The other thing too
Good
about like when
government.
we're making this
Salary.
show is like it's not really like a play where it's locked in. We know exactly what the scene is. We've written a scene, but we're kind of mining for the funniest version of it, right? And we're like we're digging around and we're trying some things and trying some reactions or trying some improvs or trying a blocking thing that makes it funnier. And the only way to know if you're achieving that is it's getting you close to laughing. So that's sort of the danger of like how we make the show when it comes to breaking. It's like, well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make ourselves or each other laugh.
I feel the same way. I feel like if I'm not on the verge of breaking at almost any given moment, I'm not doing what needs to be done to make the scene as funny as possible.
Yeah, the audience isn't there. You don't know if you're making them laugh, so you just gotta make sure you
gotta
make
make
the
ourselves
person in the
laugh.
room.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've said this many times, but my goal in these scenes in my scenes is always to try and make them break. That's always my goal.
How
is, like,
often
try and make
have
them
we
laugh.
made like the camera operator, like you see him like laughing or like,
That's the most
like,
gratifying.
bouncing the camera and you're like, all right.
Have you guys ever thought of doing like a 3-camera, like live audience?
Oh, like a multicam?
Oh, like a multicam.
Yeah, multi-cam version?
Of Sunny?
Yeah, just to see.
We have discussed it where
That
we're
would
like,
be
what if we did one episode with
insane.
like a live
Yeah.
audience? It'd be
We've
fun.
definitely discussed it.
The energy of it would
no.
be fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might not be.
I don't know.
I also don't want. I like the fact that we're crammed in a tiny room and you're reading a resume and we're like jammed in there and like everyone is squeezed to the edges to be able to cross cover it. Like I like that sort of contained energy for making something funny.
Oh, two people sitting across a desk is like
The
our
best
It's our bread
scenes.
and butter. So it's often
the
our
best
best
scenes,
Yeah, because it's usually two people with an insane request or some sort of an insane thing that they're bringing into a room with someone who's just like, how did these people get in here? First of all,
right.
secondly, what are they talking about? What is happening right now? That's why maybe the most common guest star line we write in the history of the show is what is happening? Like somebody literally trying to figure out what the hell is happening.
Right.
Why don't we remember all the times that somebody didn't know what was happening?
What is 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 happening here?
What is happening here?
I don't know what's happening here.
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What is happening?
Silence.
And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp.
BetterHelp's online therapy service is great for when you want to try therapy and are looking for a convenient, accessible, and affordable online option.
We've all been there. We've either gone to therapy or strongly considered it.
I mean, Glenn went because people were chewing their food too loud.
That's absolutely right. I was fixated on a problem and I needed a solution.
Did you try BetterHelp?
I actually wish that I'd been able to try BetterHelp back when I was going through this because BetterHelp matches you with the right therapist after a very brief survey.
Right. So you're saying you found a therapist, probably with great expertise in other areas, but not in chew volume anxiety.
That is correct. My search was limited by who was nearest to me geographically, not to mention who had availability to see me.
But neither of those are deal breakers when it comes to online therapy, especially with BetterHelp's enormous index of licensed therapists.
This is the thing. This is the thing.
That's
so
the thing, right?
That
That
yeah,
is
is
the
what
thing.
it is. So I mean, if I do end up going back to therapy for it, which I I well might. I'd try BetterHelp, to see if I can specifically find like a chew volume expert, I guess.
And you can switch therapists at any time. So if the first one isn't working out, you can always choose another.
I like what you did there.
Okay. Now, what if Glenn's therapist starts chewing their food loudly while he talks?
See, again, that's the beauty of online therapy. I'd just mute them.
That's problem solving right there.
Sadly, I can't mute people in real life. I'd love to be able to do that one day. And until then, online therapy.
So when you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/sunny today to get 10% off your first month.
That's betterhelp.com/sunny.
And always chew with your mouth shut.
Hey, this holiday season, I'll be giving thanks to our friends over at Manscaped. TM, that stands for trademark. Everyone loves turkey and stuffing, but you'll be looking like dessert with the help of Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0.
Tell your in-laws about your new cutting-edge ball trimmer. Tell them.
Enough about Thanksgiving, though. I'm already thinking about Christmas.
Well, even better. Gift yourself or a man in your life the Performance Package 4.0. Hey, Glenn, can you tell me what's in there?
Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all that new swag.
Santa, if you happen to be a listener or a creep, you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code SUNNY at manscaped.com.
That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the promo code SUNNY.
Santa, you've been going around with a big beard for a long time, and I bet you got a big bush in those pants too, okay?
Yeah.
So be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped.
Your balls will thank you. Trademark.
Should we watch some more?
Yeah, let's watch some more.
Michael Naughton?
Another classic. The Gang Dines Out.
Of all the goddamn nights. I can't believe they haven't come over to pay me tribute yet. I was here first. I know they see me. They're probably over there right now making fun of me. I get it, guys. You know what they're doing? They're calling me a scarecrow. Because I'm all alone in the cornfield, scaring away the other birds. Real funny. You know what? There's no shame in a woman, an adult woman, taking herself out to dinner, enjoying her own company. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to leave because I don't have to. And also I can't because I have a Groupon for this evening that expires tonight. It does expire tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yes,
when
it
it
does.
is.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Are you
moment
gonna
to
order?
No. Well, I'm
Oh, can
trying
I
to
now?
have a conversation with you.
Maybe I could at least get a drink order? We're really busy tonight.
Does the Groupon cover drinks?
Nope.
Just the tap.
Wait, pause it. They anticipate, you have to ask the question, but the answer is going to, and then she gives you exactly what you expected, and you're like, nope, it doesn't. Damn it, I knew she was going to ask that based on, you know what I mean? It's just that kind of shit, man.
Actually, it was your friends over at the other table. And they wanted me to relay to you that it's our most expensive bottle. They said to say that.
This is astounding watching you guys laugh.
You really are so much more of a prick as the waiter. I mean, and it's because of what you're getting from us, obviously, and you're at your wit's end.
But pretty quickly,
you turn pretty.
Yeah, I don't put a nice face on. I'm supposed to be.
Your ability to do the straight man thing is for us a gold mine because so much of what the show is these irrational characters put into a rational situation, and having someone who can be the eyes of the audience but deliver those reactions in a way that's also funny is like that's what we're looking for with almost every guest star.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a tough thing to do. It's a really hard thing to do.
And in the Gang Dines Out specifically, you're such the glue that holds all the things together because everyone is separated and you're the one going from table to table. And if it were any other guest star, I don't think.
I gotta go call my wife and kids and tell them all the things you're saying about me.
Well, they can listen to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Play it for watch as well. On a road trip when they can't get away from it.
Okay. They'll be able to see it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you might be a very unfunny straight man at home. I don't know. On the show, you're
sure
very
kids
funny.
don't think you're funny.
I'm the funny one.
What are you people doing?
What is happening here?
Basically.
Excuse me, what are you people doing?
Your own stunt?
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did we do multiple takes of it, or did we get that in the first try?
I remember there being a stunt man, and then I was like, I thought there was a shot where he did something, but that looked like
that was
my face.
No.
That was
you.
They didn't need a stunt man for that. Just kind of.
Yeah, I think it was a game day call. I
Oh
think it was
no, that's you.
That's you.
The whole way.
Maybe 2 takes. I don't know.
Yeah,
I remember them
reset
having
the
another
shirt
ready. I don't remember.
Yeah,
and
That's a big reset.
My kids, 8 and 11, my children can't watch the show yet, because there's a lot.
Yeah,
But I did show them this when I think they're pretty young, but they didn't like you guys. They were just they're young enough. They're like
so mean to dad?
Yeah, mean to
Put
daddy.
spaghetti on dad.
Daddy,
That turns.
What'd you say?
That turns. Like
Daddy
12,
messy.
12
younger
and 10, they're going to be happy that someone.
Daddy, why those guys put
They're 8 and
spaghetti on
11.
you?
Yeah, they were just like, those guys are mean, so I haven't reintroduced it yet.
Yeah.
Because you
Take your
continue to be
time.
mean. So
There's no rush.
Also, like he's got girls, so
Oh, they're sweeter.
They're nicer.
Yeah.
Boys are.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got daddy. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
They're protective.
Absolutely.
Who cares what Frank prefers? We're buying this food with his stolen credit card.
And I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Welcome back, gentlemen.
God, I was trying to be friends.
I've seen this man before in my life.
I waited on you before. You tied my shoelaces together, fell down.
I'm getting nothing. I'm drawing a blank on this guy.
Yeah, that means nothing to me. What are you saying?
A scalding hot plate of spaghetti fell into my face.
I'm to remember every man I've seen fall into a plate of spaghetti?
Classic line.
I to remember every man I've seen fall into a plate of spaghetti. One of my favorite lines ever.
It's a very specific thing to have happened.
Okay, so then this is the first time we established that we
don't recall
this person.
Yes,
which
that was
carried
season
into.
10.
Yes, season 10. And then you played that through in this episode where multiple times during this episode you continue not to remember.
Right.
Throughout the course of a day?
Yes.
It's it's a.
Or no, we keep going back to the restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah, we keep going back. Yeah. It's a running theme of the show, though, when someone who we've treated so horribly is so in that moment of like ruining a person's life is so insignificant to us. We don't remember who they are. We don't remember. We don't know their name. We don't know, and it's kind of like it means nothing to us.
Yeah.
You can tell that they must enjoy you as a straight man because your character has escaped relatively unscathed. Like David was the straight man in one episode, and then he was like hooked on crack and like had a milky eye like an episode later.
But it's similar insofar as we remember Cricket, but we don't have any clue as to what our culpability is in his demise.
Yes,
that's right.
In his slow destruction.
Joke.
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Poor guy.
What happened to that guy?
Cricket.
Yeah, exactly.
You should watch out for him.
He's a mess.
I'm gonna have the snapper, and I'm gonna buy one for the strange man behind me who I've never met.
Gentlemen, I hate to inform you to strangers here that we are out of snapper. We had some issues with our local supplier, so we are completely out of fish today.
How do you not have fish? It says fresh fish daily on the menu.
Well, I just explained it.
It says right here, snapper.
Can I get you a non-fish entree?
You can get lost.
With pleasure.
Standing up for himself.
I feel like at first I wasn't as me or
you got a little bit. You had a little sass there.
The first episode, or the first.
Well, when I was dealing with you guys, I felt like I was a little more. I wasn't as.
You were giving it a shot. You were.
I was trying to
hit the reset button. You know what I mean?
Yeah, reset.
We can
give these guys another chance.
Well, you came in like a
another
rational human being, which is
Yeah.
we had a thing. It was a
And I was mad for a
misunderstanding,
while, but it's been 2 years, and you
And
know,
you guys are sorry.
I'm sure you guys must be
sure
sorry.
you guys are sorry.
I felt like he was.
Who are you?
He was in a better place in his life.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't as rattled at first.
He met someone?
I mean, he did get rattled by the end.
Yeah.
You were definitely not as flustered as you were in The Gang Dines Out, but I think that was because I imagine it's because we established that you're very busy, and it's like it's super crowded.
Yeah.
Whereas
Right,
this is
right.
like a
Group on
lunch in
deal.
the middle of the day.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, that's why you
Okay,
did it, right?
Good. Yeah, the actor in
They
me
think
had
about
thought
these
about
things.
it's a different time of day.
All right, yes. So
All
then
right.
this
Okay,
is
here we go.
season 13, episode 9, The Gang Wins the Big Game.
Can we get some binoculars up in here too?
Oh my God. How did I move all the way to Minnesota and I'm still waiting on you people?
What are you talking about?
Hey, man. What if I told you there's a berry that can handle all your fitness needs?
I'm good, but thank you. I'm just gonna go do my job.
Must have.
I did. And when I saw it,
How did you do that?
it looked like we had a dummy. I don't know.
We must have had a fall pad for you, and you
Yeah, you did. You had a
tossed your
fall
legs
pad.
up.
But I remember wanting my feet.
Whoa!
God, that must have hurt.
It looks like you're
wanting
doing
my
the
feet.
worm.
I love that Rex is on the Invigoron berry. I forgot about that.
I remember wanting to do that, but when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, I really.
You scorpion.
Yeah.
So this is the same season then, the ladies
Yes.
reboot? Okay.
You know what? The reboot was first.
It was.
And then I mentioned waiting on you at the Super Bowl. But when you did the Super Bowl, it was a flashback.
Yeah.
So it was out of order.
Yeah,
But
we
then-
did think about
yeah,
that.
that's
Yes,
right.
There was
That's
thought.
right.
There was thought
So the
put into
Super
this.
Bowl was
Yeah.
a flashback.
There was
to,
thought
oh
put
my
into
God.
this.
Yeah.
At some point.
It was, yeah.
Right. So he had moved to Minneapolis from Philly.
Yep.
He was working here. He lost this job and then later became a flight attendant. And that's how he ended up in the ladies
Right.
reboot.
Yes.
Because that, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you, servant. Hold on a
Servant.
second. Servant.
Servant.
What do you got? How do I keep winding up with you people?
Do I know you?
Do you... I used to work at Gugino's. And then I moved to Minnesota and I waited on you guys at the Super Bowl.
Which the audience hadn't seen yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Forget it.
Nope.
So,
Nope.
Right.
yeah.
What can I do for you?
Look, we're doing the Boggs thing.
I don't know what that is.
Wade Boggs.
Okay. Is that a person's name?
Doesn't matter.
I love, by the way, I love the detail
We're
that,
doing the box thing.
that when they can't
know what that
remember you after many, many times, you're like, it's fine, whatever, you move past it. But you don't know what she's talking about with the Wade Boggs. She's immediately irritated.
Yeah.
Like, how do you
Right,
not
yeah,
know
yeah,
the
yeah.
Boggs thing?
The Boggs thing.
We're doing this Boggs thing.
Right.
The most clarification she'll give you is Wade Boggs.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
it.
right.
not
God,
know.
this man is so irritating to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who he is, but
Annoying human being.
so that episode aired before the Super Bowl episode. Did it have to air that way?
I don't know. We don't always get everything right. You know what I mean?
Which I kind of like.
It made sense
Which was
somehow.
a flashback.
It was a flashback, right?
I can't.
It was an
remember
Easter
what.
egg.
Yeah, it was an
that
Easter egg.
pointed to a flashback.
Yes. That's right.
A classic.
The Super Bowl one too was a two-parter, so it might have had something to do with like FX not wanting to do a two-parter like at the top of the season or something.
Yeah.
I think it made sense. I think you guys thought about it when you wrote it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. We do try to think about it. Like, yeah.
Here's a question for you. Have you ever been a waiter, Michael?
yeah.
You have?
It was sort of in between. I was working a midnight shift at a bookbindery, like driving a forklift. So I was able to, during the day, go to auditions and take classes, but it was, exhausting. It was like you'd sleep during the day, but you'd have to get up for an audition.
Oh my God.
So then I got a job at like Jerry's Deli for a few
Oh, yeah.
The one in Studio City?
near the Beverly Center. I think
yeah,
it's
on the
gone.
side, yeah.
But it was horrible because when you first start out, it's like the shift where like people are getting out of the bar, and your section is like the back, way back in the patio. So you get like 14 drunk people who just want free bagel chips and.
So
Yeah.
then when you got the bug, you said I'm going straight to LA?
I sort of just let the 2 years at Henry Ford Community College end and then started auditioning for like summer stock. And I didn't make it big, like I'm going to become a theater major and move. I sort of spent a couple years in Michigan doing summer stock and booking like America's Most Wanted. 'Cause they were shooting on location there.
Some
and I got to be killed with
reenactments?
it.
So you did some reenactments?
Yeah, I got killed because they were shooting where the murder took place. So it was kind of disturbing.
God.
They came to like the CBS where the murder took place.
Yeah.
my God.
In Flint, Michigan. And I got killed. And
Meg, can we roll on that?
Yes, bye. Happy Halloween. Oh, they're so cute.
You scared me to death.
You should have seen him at school today. So hyper.
Gonna be full time next year, Bertha?
You got it. Come next fall, I'll have a classroom full of the little devils.
Oh, we'll miss you around here. Okay, I'm gone. See you later, Steve. See you tomorrow.
You might be a hero because that show, they caught a lot of like
they caught
fugitives.
the guy.
They caught
and
the guy.
killer's
They caught the guy in
name-
your episode?
If I'm remembering this right, the killer's name was Stephen King.
Oh,
Cool. Well, that's
Hold on.
suspicious.
I gotta
Yeah.
look this
Look
up.
it up. Look it up.
that
It
is
was spelled
that's a
differently.
red flag.
I feel like it was really easy to book things in Detroit. Like I had a very high, like I'd have an audition and I'd probably get it.
Right.
Well,
because
and then after a couple
there's
years,
not a lot of, but at a certain point, then you have to make the decision. Okay, this is something I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I think anyone who tries to do it for real, in earnest, has to make the choice of where to go to do it, where they can actually have a career.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can only get so far in Michigan.
Right. I was going to go to Chicago, maybe do Second City, and then some friends were going to LA. So I'm like, I just kind of.
Well, when was there a point at which, and I do think it's interesting for people who are interested in the acting profession, certainly, whose path to success in the entertainment industry is not as clear as others, like, where you're literally taking one step at a time, because if you go to a major theater college, you could get scouted straight out of college and, your career could start right away. Yeah. But it sounds like you built it slowly, one step at a time.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think that's interesting for people to hear how you did that.
Yeah. It's funny because doing summer stock that I mentioned, somehow I thought it was so important to get, it was like actors equity points or something to get your professional theater union.
Of course.
And then I came out to LA and like none of that mattered. And it was all about SAG. So yeah, I kind of meandered. I don't think I knew exactly what to do. I came out here knowing nothing and like, oh, maybe I'll do this improv class.
But okay, so you're doing summer stock, and then you're considering going to Chicago for Second City. Was there a point at which you were like, I feel like comedy is my thing? You know what I mean? Or was it just like, I'm also interested in comedy, so I want to go do some comedy stuff?
I always felt like I was an actor. Like when people would be like, oh, he's a comedian. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like an actor, but I like comedic acting. And I just did some improv in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I was doing like comedy sports. So when
I went to school in Ann Arbor.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went to U of M. Yeah, I'm from Michigan originally. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kalamazoo.
Oh, Kalamazoo.
Yeah,
I lived there for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
I was meandering. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was a girlfriend that lived there, and I didn't know what I was doing for a few months.
Wait, are you my dad? No. I just checking.
Dad? Daddy?
No.
No.
Just checking. I'm gonna find him someday. If I just keep asking.
But yeah, I kind of like improv, so I did that. But yeah, I always felt like I was an actor, not like, I would never do stand-up, or I don't know if you guys have done that, but I never felt like a huge,
I do feel like the majority of actors on our show and us all kind of did a similar route where we're like, we really want to be actors, we take acting seriously, and then suddenly realize, oh wait, we can kind of do the comedic acting, and it created an opportunity, and then you fall in love with doing it.
Yeah, but our approach has always been to approach it as like, real acting thing. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, characters really fighting for what they want, basic acting kind of stuff. And it's just that, what the character's fighting for is ridiculous, and that's what makes it funny. But but then there is also like just that there's just a certain way to time jokes and to put inflection on things or hold a look or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That makes it funny. But it makes sense to me to hear you say that you started really just as an actor. You've always thought of yourself as an actor, but that you know how to dial it to make it funny.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, some people grow up just knowing every comedian, and they just, their knowledge of comedy. But it was more like I did a play in high school. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun,
Right.
And But growing up, I don't think my, some kids are exposed to everything. My house was a little conservative, so like, we couldn't watch Three's Company. That was a little racy. And,
oh, really?
And even MASH was a little racy because they chased nurses and stuff. So
what'd you grow up?
I do remember my dad loved the Pink Panther movies.
Oh, okay.
Which is super,
Yeah. There's good stuff in there.
A lot of Happy Days. But yeah, I didn't grow up like, knowing like George Carlin and all that stuff.
Oh, sure.
It was more like.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily know that stuff either.
Yeah.
The same way.
I'd be an actor. But
yeah.
Did I answer anything?
It's kind of nice.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We are supported by Athletic Greens and their delicious green powder, AG1, a product I use literally every day.
Oh, you do? Okay, because I've never heard you pipe up about it.
Yeah, but that's because the two of you both jump in and make it the whole thing about yourselves.
Which is kind of what I feel like you're doing here, right?
No, I'm just stating facts. I drink it every day for better energy and gut health.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you like it so much more than we do, why don't you prove it and tell me what's in a scoop of AG1?
Oh, yeah. With one scoop, you're getting 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right.
Okay, fine. A lucky start. But how about you tell me how much sugar is in it?
Less than a gram of sugar per scoop, plus no GMOs, nasty chemicals, or artificial anything. And it works with any diet. Come on. These are gimmies, guys.
Rob, you are correct. We've underestimated you.
Yep. Let's just make it easy on him, right? Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is go to athleticgreens.com/sunny.
That's right. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/sunny to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Well, now that Halloween is over.
Wait. Oh. Come on. Today's Halloween. It's not over
Today's
yet.
the day.
Don't do Halloween like that, Meg.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, today is October 31st, yes, but we don't publish this episode for another week. So by the time the fans hear this, Halloween will already be a fading memory, and we'll be on to the next major season, shipping season.
Oh, shipping season. Now, shipping season is where people get into relationships to avoid freezing to death by themselves in the cold of winter, right?
Yeah, that's cuffing season, but you're close. Shipping season is basically that, plus, a bunch of boxes arriving at your door.
And if you have an online store, you know the feeling of getting hit with a ton of orders all at once.
Right. So when you're buried in orders and emails from customers, or buried under ice because you didn't cuff with a mate, you'll wish you had ShipStation.
So this holiday season, give yourself the gift of stress-free holiday shipping. Use promo code SUNNY today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial.
That's ShipStation.com, promo code SUNNY.
I think there's something sweet about then getting to discover that stuff in your formative years, when you have freedom from your parents, and then there's a whole world of like, wait a second, like this Richard Pryor guy.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny.
Yeah. And my dad was really funny.
Your dad was funny?
Yeah, my mom, yeah, she didn't always get it.
I like this period of your life that you said you just happened to live in Kalamazoo for a few months. Mm-hmm. You were a bit of a drifter. And I like to think that maybe there was a period of time. You've also said, like, your mom didn't get it. You were a drifter throughout Michigan. You haven't revealed a ton about yourself, and I'm wondering if maybe you're wanted.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you
wanted? Maybe, and you know how
really
the killer always goes back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah,
and that's pretty hard. That'd be pretty baller if you actually doing the reenactment of the murder that you did, except
the
now
last
you're playing.
Place
you know what? To bring
it
together, I said Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
Some of my wandering during that couple years in Michigan, I was a train robber at like a historical village in Flint, Michigan. You just made me think of it because I was like, we're the
those the characters you played?
Yeah, we'd rob the train and we were like wanted in town, and it was during those wandering years. So maybe that's what you were.
Do you think a killer, like a real like homicidal person, can also be funny? That would be really impressive.
Well, John Wayne Gacy was a clown. He was a children's.
That ain't funny. Yeah.
Terrifying.
He was known for being hilarious, I think, wasn't he? He was like, that was his original reputation.
That was his thing.
Yeah, his original reputation was.
I think you could be
you could be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could be like
you could do it.
Yeah.
You could make someone laugh while you were killing them.
Bill Cosby is pretty goddamn funny, and he was raping women for fucking 40 years.
Yeah, that'd be great. There was recordings of Hitler, but he was making jokes like Trump. Like,
yeah.
By the way, Trump is pretty funny. But he also hasn't murdered people, so I don't know.
Has he not?
Has he not?
Has he not?
We don't know.
Well, not directly, maybe, but indirectly, yeah.
We don't know.
He certainly murdered our culture.
Oh,
Hey man, it started with him.
Well, should we watch? Should we watch Michael's most recent? I won't say final clip because I'm sure we're going to have you back on the show. But this is season 14, episode 4, "The Gang Chokes," and you have a lot of scenes in this episode with Danny. So we're going to watch a couple of them here.
Oh God, you people.
This guy again.
Come on, man. What are you doing here? This isn't Regino's.
I thought you moved.
Now we know
I
you.
moved back. So, wait, you guys remember me?
Yeah, you're everywhere.
Yeah, we can't get away from you.
You know what?
We had to acknowledge
Doesn't matter.
it.
What's in them little bowls? Blue, I hope.
Blue.
No, it's amuse bouche for the table.
What's this?
What's
I
this?
think he's choking.
Oh, shit.
I don't even know what that expression means.
What is happening here?
Fast enjoying it. Nothing.
Okay, folks, we have a few specials tonight. Oh my God!
He really committed to that.
Were you excited when you got the script and there were so many scenes with you and Danny in it?
Yeah. I couldn't. Yeah, it was great. Because a couple years every time.
Yeah, you get
I think you moved on from the waiter
and
then
come back.
Are you always surprised when you get a call from us?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh shit!
I always think it's the way it should happen. Like you do a TV show, and it's pretty funny, and they'll call you back, but you guys actually do it, and then
we called you back for other shows. We'll get into that after this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, look, I only saved you because it's what any decent person would do. But I don't need a roommate. I already live here with my mother.
Who? That old vegetable lady's your mom? No, you don't have to worry about her. I took care of her.
Took care of her? What do you mean?
I threw a sheet over her head. She was freaking me out.
Oh my God! Are you all right?
Mom!
I felt bad. That was a hot day, and that woman had that blanket over.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember it being hot.
I mean,
Yeah.
they tried to minimize it.
Did you direct this episode, Glenn? I can't remember.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I did direct. Actually, can we roll it back to when Michael's walking down the stairs at the very beginning of this scene? And tell me this does not look like Nick Cage.
Yeah, you got a good expression on there.
You see that? You're not seeing it?
Do you often get confused for Nicolas Cage?
No. I used to try to do a Nicolas Cage.
That's pretty good.
I don't have
That's
it.
pretty
Wait, have you done that? Is that something that you've done like on stage,
It's
like
the
in a
most
sketch?
unbelievable thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's fucking good.
That's pretty good.
No, it's also the
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
Man.
I tried it in a sketch and it was horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
I didn't quite get it. I'm doing impressions.
Audience
but
is like, now who is that?
So-
Oh, that's great.
Dude,
And
well,
who
we've
is
done
it?
that on the show. It's like that's really funny. Now, who is that? Who is that?
Now, who are you?
Thanks for sticking my mom in that home. Never could have done it myself. She always said it's the last thing she ever wanted. So thank you.
What?
Thank you.
Well, your mom said that's the last thing she wanted was to be in a home?
Yeah. She said it all the time.
So when you saw her in there, why'd you let her stay?
Well, I didn't see her. You took her.
You mean you didn't have the decency to go?
You told me not to avoid the emotion of it all.
Well, I told you not to because I was sticking her in a bang-em and didn't enjoy it. They're much cheaper. I'm starting to think I had you pegged all wrong.
I'm sorry. Can we go back to the bang 'em and bin 'em thing?
I trusted my life with you when you would treat your mother like that. I bet you'd let me get spit roasted by Latin kings just like that, wouldn't you?
I'm sorry. I can't follow this conversation. Where is my mother?
Where is my mother?
I remember writing that argument and like crying, laughing with the switch with the
Yeah.
that he did put him in the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just can't follow any of it. Where's my mother?
Yeah.
I just love he was so at peace. These horrible people came into his life, but they actually, finally
Yeah.
brought his life to a good place.
That's right.
He's
Yeah,
so
I know.
at peace, and then
It's gonna turn things
turn
around.
on
Just-
him.
turn.
Oh my God. Why? Why are you people all here?
Hey, man, don't interrupt, okay? We're not ready to order. Go.
Well, I couldn't take your order if I wanted to because I'm just here to beg for my job back. Thanks to this guy.
Do I know you?
What's going on here? Can I get a whiskey, pal?
Oh,
He's got to be
my
faking
God. What is wrong with you people? Okay.
I remember.
French roommate.
I think I was hitting Caitlin's leg too hard with the.
We had a joke in there that she was going to sue you because you injured her.
Oh
with
yes,
the pen. Almost
yes,
cut
there
it.
was
In
there
the
was a joke in there. Yeah,
Script? Oh,
yeah. I think it. Yeah, I think it just got cut. But yeah, where she says she's going to sue you because you hit her leg too hard.
Now,
Just trying to
Michael,
help.
this is your career on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's not your career, but it's your Sunny in Philadelphia career. How do you feel about it?
how do I feel about this career?
Yeah.
Great. I love it.
Well,
It's-
we're turning this back to be about us.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
How
what's
about
happening.
pay us tribute?
I felt like you
For you to
I was
play
like,
us
where is
tribute
this
now,
going?
And no,
It's not going anywhere.
no.
Right.
Do you get? I am curious though, like to bring it back around to us.
Do I get recognized?
Yeah. Do you get recognized for?
It is one of the most things. Yeah. I used to be recognized for this YouTube video, but
The
now
David Blaine thing.
Yeah, the David Blaine video. But now it's Sunny
really
is
funny.
the most. It's usually someone younger, like at Starbucks or whatever. Actually, it's happened a lot at my local Target because I'm there all the time because I have kids and it's happened there almost
And what
more
are
than.
they-
What's it usually like when the Sunny fans like
what do they
see you?
say?
What do they say?
Yeah, are you the waiter? I mean, it's usually 20 or 30. You know. Well, actually, they usually know, which I'm surprised. Usually, like, is that the guy who? But usually, they're like, "You're the waiter." They seem to know
Because they've watched the episode 15,000 times.
Yeah, or they want a picture, or
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's funny though because on the street, it's almost always pretty young. Like your demographic is kind of. But my father-in-law, who's 75 or whatever, he's the biggest fan. Like he jams up. Our DVR. He lives in the back house. We're like, oh, we'll just share it, and so we share a DVR, and it's like 90 episodes. It's always Sunny.
Really?
Yeah, not
Tell
because
him
of
thank
I'm
you.
on it.
That's
it was
amazing.
before
He already
and
enjoyed
We
I'm
should
just
have
like,
him
can
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure of having you on the show. We're going to do many more seasons, and hopefully you will return.
Thanks.
You
thanks.
wouldn't know this, Glenn, but Michael has been on Mythic Quest. Mr. Quest.
You were on Mr. Quest.
Yeah. Actually, it hasn't aired yet.
It
So
hasn't
to be
aired.
fair,
Mr.
it
Quinn,
has,
that's a spoiler.
Mr. Quinn
has not aired yet.
Medicine.
Well,
Show
Quinn
on Apple.
Medicine Man.
And can you talk
yes.
about that? Because I was wondering
Absolutely.
because me and Mr. Uncle Jack, like Andrew Friedman, one of my best friends, but we didn't intersect a lot. But in Mythic Quest, they put us in together in some scenes. So
Yes.
And are you guys doing a new show together? You and Andrew, like a new TV show?
There's something about
Are we not supposed
film.
to talk about it?
He and Andrew wrote a very funny movie that we hope gets made and gets out there in the world, deserves to get made, and the audience will love it. Speaking of you and Andrew, that would be a great direction to go with the show. Just combining you and Uncle Jack somehow.
Right.
Whether he's your new roommate or whatever it is. But we'll have to-
But it was exciting. They put us on Mythic Quest together.
Yes.
That's great.
And hopefully
Which
we'll
is-
have you back. We'll have you back many more.
Very fun.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we very much exploited just basically writing very little for you and then being like, just riff. And that's what we were. Just riff. It was
completely
so funny.
unfair to you. Like, we haven't thought of something clever, but we know you will.
We
so-
know you'll come up
You'll make
with
it funny on the day.
Well, thanks for having me on. I mean,
Yes.
you're doing Sunny is one of the most fun things I've ever done, and then coming here, the waiter's on.
Yeah, man.
The Reddit asked for it, I guess.
They did. They're going to be psyched.
It's not.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, we just do, and then they receive.
It's free, so
Just like
they
the
don't
way
take it.
it's free. They can't really complain.
can't.
It's free. It's on the internet.
We won't know when this ends, right? I mean, this podcast.
It's
like, when
no, it has
It's
over.
over.
I think
Okay,
it
okay.
probably
It
has
ended.
ended. Yeah.
It's ended.
It probably already ended. Yeah.